apart from this, what all other things that you want to know? So here we learned two models of Collops as well as Honey and Mufford, then also Savvy model. In that one, we understood that what are the things to be included to understand, to know about my learners. Apart from this, what else? So the first thing is the course needs to be learner centered. If it is not learner centered, there will be no good result on that one. The learnings will not take place. The time will be not used effectively of all that. So that's the reason it should be learner centered. Get rid of long lectures and monologues. Okay. Don't involve them into the long lecturings or sometimes. So this is still in the, like I can say that 50-50, I can say this. Still few learners want the good long lectures, they want some kind of things, but there are few people who always don't want the long lectures, they want shortcuts, short deliveries. And the same thing was with us when we are in the college days or when we are in the schools. Some people used to sit for the classes and some people used to bunk the classes. And the people who have bunked, they have done well in the exams because it's kind of their mentality, their way of learning and their way of getting the things. Okay. Show your learners how much they have grown. That is important. Okay. Show your learners how much they have grown. Make your learners confident and competent. Okay. You should understand that. You should make them to understand that how they will be a confident, how they will become a competent on this learning or from this learning. Give your learners chance to give their feedback. Obviously, that is very, very much important. So I need to take the feedback. I need to so that it's not going to improve myself. It's going to improve the learning process. Clear? Feedback, it is not for the person. It is for the learning process. Okay. And make your learners utilize the different approaches to do the same task. Yes, that is a very important because when there are 10 people who can do the same task in a 10 different way, and that gives a good result, you can adopt those methods. Okay. Then present the topics in a smaller chunk, then be aware of your learners' learning stages. At what stage they lie. What stage they lie. So these all things apart from our models or things that we have discussed, this is all the also you want to know. Now coming to the next thing, learning stages. So we have been seen in the Collops method, there are 4 learning stages. Now, what exactly the learning stages? Okay. There are 4 different stages of learning depending upon learner's knowledge. Okay. Learner's knowledge about the topic. For example, there will be a 10 to 20 students. Now we categorize them according to group. But what happens in generally, now I'll take the current example. We will grade them with A plus, B plus, C based upon their knowledge. Those are their stages, those are their outcomes, those are their results. Now what exactly the stages? Now if I'm at the level 1, what will be my knowledge? If I have that one, yes, you can put me into my level 1. If my knowledge is more than the what exactly threshold is there, then you can put me on the stage 2. It's just like based upon the capability of the knowledge that you are having, your stages will differ. I cannot put all the learners into a same grade groups or same stages, because in that case learning will not happen. Okay. The first one is unconscious incompetency. Second one, conscious incompetence. Third one, conscious competence. Fourth one, unconscious competence. These are the four stages that we follow based upon the learning knowledge of the learner. Yeah. Unconscious incompetence, conscious incompetence, conscious competence, unconscious competence. These are the learning stages depending upon the learner's knowledge. Now, how exactly these are? Unconscious incompetence can be described in the following manner. These are the stages. At this stage, like how I can put my learner into this stage. First thing, here the learner does not have skills or knowledge set. It means is considered as a beginner. You don't have that knowledge. Learner don't have a skills or the knowledge set. It don't have anything. Such a learners, I can put them in this unconscious incompetence group or stage. The learners who do not see any reason to learn it because they don't consider it need. For them also, for such a learners also, we can put them in unconscious incompetence.
Okay.
Means in among these five people, if somebody don't want to learn it, if I don't see that intent in him of learning, so I can put them into unconscious competence. For example, a very young child do not yet realizes the usefulness of riding a bike. The student or the kid doesn't know, the child doesn't know how the riding the bicycle is going to helpful. And sometimes you have seen that some kids will refuse to ride the bicycle. They will not, or bike, they will not want to do that. For them, we can say that unconscious incompetence. We can group them in unconscious impotence. Can any other examples on this one where the learners have do not set their knowledge, they don't have that knowledge, where they don't see any reasons of learning it? I'll take best example for this. Okay. Uh, I'm a graduate in engineering. Okay. I graduate in engineering. Unfortunately, I didn't get any placements in my college. I landed in a sales. This will be a best example. Nowadays, most of the sales sector, we see people from the engineering background. First, how I can put them into this unconscious incompetence? They are from engineering background. They are looking for some other job, but unfortunately, for some other reasons, they pick this sales job. Here, you don't have any sales skill or marketing skills that the MBA graduates or the commerce background student should have that. You don't know anything about that. So his skill set is not set. They don't know any reason to learn. Like he is just want to do the job. Once I get some any technical job, I'll just switch it. That will be his attitude when he is doing that job. That will be a best example. For such a learners in your organization, if any such learners comes, you can put them in unconscious incompetence and you can train them to make them to align with our work. Clear? So this most of the edtechs right now, most of the sales on the what they are doing, they are from the engineering background. And not it is true that not every engineer will get the job that he wanted. Okay. And for them, so for some or other reason, they'll be in some the other case. And we have to, for those people, we can put them in this unconscious incompetence, where his intent is not there. He don't have any skill set for that. For them, we can put them into unconscious incompetence. This is clear now. Come to the conscious incompetence. A learner is aware of the skills that they lack and can understand that there is a deficit. Okay, so he know that these are the skill sets is required for my job, but I'm lagging in that one. I'm lagging on. In this stage, the learner wants to learn because they aware of there is a lack of the knowledge. That makes him that makes him or that creates a big problem for his job or for his survival. For such a learners, we can put them in conscious incompetence. He conscious about his things, his roles, his skills, but he's not competent because he was lagging in that one. For such a learners, we can put them here. Now here, on which aspects we need to train them for these learners? On which aspects we need to train them? Only on the skill sets. Like he aware of the skills. He knows that I require this one, but he's not able to understand. He's not able to get that. For them, we can give them a skills. But whereas in unconscious incompetence, the people don't know anything. They are not intent to learn. For them, we have to start it from the scratch, making them to learn from the ABCD of that job. Yeah. Now, conscious competence. What does this mean? The conscious competence. At this stage, a learner has acquired a skill but has not yet mastered it. A learner usually needs a testing instructors or the other tools to hold their hand through it, or even talking themselves through the steps. For example, you have learned the steps of riding the bike, but you're still not to go through the steps when getting on a bike, or you need to training the wheels. Like YouTube, by watching YouTube, you have learned to drive the car. First gear, this is the driving, this is all. By watching YouTube, you think that you will be a next part of Fast and Furious. But when you sit on the driving seat, you will have that fear. For such a reason, for those learners, you can put them in the conscious competence. Learners have acquired skill, but not yet mastered it. I know this is a clutch, this is a gear, this is a steering, this is all. I think I know that skills. Yeah, I need to drive, but I've not mastered it. Okay. And they need, at that moment, you need the instructor who can handhold you to make you understand each and everything. For such a learners, you can put them in a conscious competence. The next one is unconscious competence. In unconscious competence, in this stage, you know it so well, you don't even realize you are doing. Like in this stage, you know it so well that you don't even realize you are doing. Like, I know that I'll be doing, but I don't know what exactly I want to do. I'm doing it. I'm working on it, but I don't know what exactly I'm doing. That kind. Okay. Skill is so embedded that the learner doesn't even need to process what they are doing. Okay. Issues can arise when combine unconscious competence learners with unconscious incompetence learners, because neither of them can articulate the skills. Such a learners, you can put them when they're not able to understand their skills. They're not able to understand the process, what they are doing. They know something. They are ready to do that, but they don't know what to do or what they are doing. They have a skills, but they are not able to understand that what I'm doing. I'm watching movie, but why I'm watching movie, I don't know. I'm sitting in a cinema hall, but why I came here, I don't know. So for such a learners, you can put them unconscious competence. Clear? These are the 4 stages that we can put my learners based upon his knowledge into different segment. Now, why we have learned this? So why we have created both the points are right. Make my I'll understand where my learner is, where he is standing based, so that I can put them into those groups. If I make them to place in another group, that will be some messy things will happen. Okay, my entire learning will go into hamper. And based upon these grouping, I can develop the right content for them, what exactly they wanted, what is they required. Okay. The next thing is I can measure them effectively because I have grouped them. I can get the good, whatever the learnings that happened, I can measure them in an effective manner based upon that group. Okay. So these are the things, the reason why we need to understand this. Okay. Now in instructional design, this plays lot of importance. In any big organization, you will find all these 3 people, especially the freshers who join the company. They came here, they don't know, they among them few people will be having a skill, few people don't know anything, few people they are good at academics, but they don't know what they are doing. This is the biggest problem that is happening in the big industries when they hire the mass or when they recruit in a mass. In that cases, this method plays a very important role. We'll place them in according to their group wise based upon their skill set, knowledge, then start train them. Okay. See, there are a lot of people hired in the from the in the company from the different levels. There are few people good at the skill set. How they are hired? Just based upon their academics, based upon their communication skill, and some basic knowledge that is required. But not all are mastered over here. But among them, there will be some the studious uh, people who are good at the skill set. You cannot place them in the beginners or in the very less skilled people. What happens? This person will lose the interest in the company. So initially onboarding, they'll be having those models where they identify the skill sets, identify the knowledge. Based upon that, the further training is going to happen. Yeah.